Out go the orchards and in go the data centers. That's what's happened in the small Chelan town of Malaga. Washington State and the rest of the country are grappling with soaring numbers of data centers. They drive the tech and AI industries, but require massive amounts of energy and resources. So what happens when a town known for apples and cherries sees their orchard replaced by data centers? To dive into this story, we're joined by the reporter behind it all, Greg Kim from the Seattle Times. Thank you for being here, Greg.
Thank you for having me.
To start here, can you tell us and our viewers what Malaga and the community there is like?
It's a small 4,000 to 5,000 person town, about a 10-minute drive down the Columbia River from Wenatchee. And it's nestled between the river and the foothills of the Cascades. And it's mostly a residential town, but there's a strong agricultural presence of family orchards, fruit trees of apples and cherries and pears in the area.
Is that the backbone of the community, would you say? What are some of the concerns from people in the agriculture industry there?
It's definitely the heart of the area. Some of the concerns, range from the number of construction workers that are needed to build Microsoft's data centers. A good number of people don't like how the character of their neighborhood is changing and the views are shifting from a very natural place to one that's dominated by these big concrete structures. So that's one. And some are growing concerned about the land use. Some of the data center companies that are coming in are developing on lands that were previously orchards. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a tension between those two industries, the agriculture and data centers more broadly, but some of those orchards that have been taken out for data centers are causing some concern.
What are some of the benefits of these data centers in Malaga?
It's mostly jobs and property taxes. And so Microsoft's data centers will add about 250 jobs, the company says, while the buildings will add some millions of dollars in property taxes. And for a smaller community like Chelan County, that can go a significant ways.
Well, speaking of, a Chelan County commissioner in your reporting says just what you said. The data centers answered a problem in these communities, keeping jobs at home. Now, from the people you talk to, do you feel like they agree?
Yes and no. A few hundred jobs isn't what people have said is not something that's necessarily going to completely upend the balance there. And so some say that the costs or the negative aspects of the data centers aren't worth a few hundred jobs, and there are a few that and there are others who say that that's a few hundred jobs that wouldn't be there otherwise, and they are grateful for that.
Well, bottom line, do you think more rural communities in our state will have to juggle the decision of adding data centers in the future? The biggest bottleneck right now for data centers is power. And so that'll depend on if these data centers are able to secure enough electricity for their data centers, and whether they will be able to do so remains to be seen. But there's definitely demand to add more data centers in more places across Washington. Greg Kim, thank you for your time and your reporting.
Thank you for having me.